Good morning, guys. Happy Mother's Day to any of you who are moms. I especially want to say Happy Mother's Day to single moms and military wives, mothers. I just have a really great appreciation for that demographic specifically. I have a good amount of single moms now, unfortunately, and I just have a lot of respect for them and all they do. And the military moms, military moms' wives, there's not really like too much explanation. But happy Mother's Day to you. You are appreciated. Today is kind of a sad day. Yesterday I made a vlog, and you can probably watch it. I hope it's uploaded before I get to this one. It's a little bit longer, so it's taking a while to upload. But we actually last night lost our cat Maple. I came home from my mom's house just down the road to change Gardner's diaper and give him a bath, and we were having pizza at her house, and I pulled up into the driveway and kind of just drove like right behind that gate, and Maple was laying on the driveway, and I was like, that's weird. She's normally not sleeping on the driveway. And she wasn't moving. Normally when we pull up, she runs towards the car. And I mean, she doesn't run towards the car. She's a smart cat. But she loved humans. So, and she wasn't moving, and I pulled up more, and she was just laying there, and I got out, and she didn't move, and I was like, oh no. And then just, yeah. So anyway, it was very sad. We think that in the hour and a half that we have been gone from the house, a UPS driver hit her. Obviously not on purpose. I don't understand how cats specifically, I guess, could really get hit with a car, especially a big truck, without moving out of the way. I don't know. She looked perfectly fine. Anyway, it was very sad, and she was my oldest daughter's cat, and it was very hard to tell her that her cat had passed away. My husband didn't, and it's just very sad because I have never liked cats, and we just love that cat, and we love this cat. This is her sister S'mores, which makes it harder. They're both pregnant, I think. I'm about like 80% sure they're both pregnant. And it was just very sad because they were the sweetest cats. Like they're outdoor, like barn farm cats. Like they don't come inside, but they're so sweet. They literally are like dogs. They're just at your feet all the time, and they're with us all the time. And they're just the sweetest. And so anyway, very sad. They really made me and my husband really love cats now. And we, like I said, we've never been cat people. And my daughter had a very hard time. She turns 5 soon, and so she's at a hard age. And it was very hard last night. So we buried her immediately. We got some roses for my birthday, and we have a rose tree, and we kind of decided that we should plant her under the rose tree, and so I'll show you guys that in a little bit. But lots of tears last night, just lots of sadness. I've lost pets, but I've never been there. I've always been away at college or just away, and I've never been a part of the like cremation burial process either. And so this has been my first time encountering that as well. And so I'm doing that with my 5-year-old daughter for the first time. So it's kind of a sad Mother's Day in that regard. Besides that, it's a beautiful day. And I am planting my tomatoes in my garden beds that I've been dreaming about for 2 years, and I'm planting them out, and it's really great. It's a great feeling. The tomatoes smell wonderful right now, and it's just a perfect morning, other than we lost our cat. So I'm gonna plant a little bit more, and then I'll show you guys. I'll show you the rose bush that we planted Maple under, and yeah.
Well, how does it feel to be putting your plants in your new garden beds after how many years of planting?
Oh my.
You've had a vision for this garden for 2 years since I left for deployment, maybe?
Oh yeah. Before that, I mean, but like officially, August, yeah, 20. What year was that? 2023?
That's when I left.
Yeah, August 2023 is when we like got the land. Yeah. So it feels really nice. And these tomatoes just smell great. And they look really great, most of them. So I really hope we have a good harvest from everything. Are those also Dr. Witchies? Holy cow, there's a lot of tomatoes. Oh my. That's a lot. Oh my goodness. So right now I am planting out Dr. Witchies tomatoes. I have planted 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 of them. I probably need to stop and let room for some other tomatoes. I have room for 64 tomatoes, I think, right now. Might do more. Dr. Witchies is supposed to be a really, really great tomato. It's supposed to be pretty hardy in terms of like its ability to not get sick. And also it's supposed to taste really good, like a really fleshy yellow tomato. I heard it's really good salted on bread. So I'm planting these out, and then I have Roma that I started all these from seed. Roma tomatoes, just for, you know, sauces and such. I have Paul Robeson, which is like my favorite. I love that. I have a lot of those. I need to plant those, make sure I have enough room. And then I have, what else? I have Brad's Atomic Grape. I planted those and they all like just, it was weird. Like they're all in the same environment inside my garage and then moving out to harden off, all the same. These look wonderful. Brad's Atomic Grapes just like disintegrated. It was very strange. I think I might have gotten one out of all the ones that I planted. And then I have Barry's Crazy Cherry, and then I might have one more variety, I'm not sure. But I have a lot of tomatoes. I'm gonna plant a lot of them and really enjoy them, hopefully, if we have a good harvest this year. Something else I'm doing is I'm making sure, so this is my, you know, soil that I planted in. You can plant really deep on this root or on this stem, and all these hairs on here will become roots. So kind of the deeper you plant it, like I'll probably take this leaf off. The deeper you plant it, the more roots it's gonna have, so the stronger the plant's gonna be. So I'm gonna try to plant it actually up to here. Okay, hey guys, it's about an hour later. I got all my tomatoes planted, and now I have a lot of like extra tomatoes that I started like from seed that are not able to go in because I just don't have enough room. I have plenty of room in the garden, but I have already planned out everything. But we'll see, maybe I can stick them in other places eventually and maybe hold on to them, I don't know. But I haven't actually counted them, but I have supposedly 64 tomatoes running down this. And I'm gonna put a cattle panel running down both sides. So we'll have that. I'll have peppers over here. It'll be nice. So that's what we got going on. This is S'moresy. S'moresy. She's like becoming a little garden kitty. Just hanging out. And she's like hanging out with us more so. I feel like she just knows her sister is gone. I mean, she was with us when we said goodbye. But and we showed her, and I'm assuming she knows, you know. And then over here, so I'm gonna have flowers here. I'm gonna have a lot more of these beds. But over here in the corner, we decided last night when maple had to be buried, that we would put her here. And so this is my drop dead red rose tree. And we just thought, let's just put her under the tree. And so this is just, yeah, her little spot, her area. Aspen was just up here and gave her water over here. And it's just kind of sweet. So last night Josiah dug the hole. It's interesting. I just didn't really even know where I wanted my roses originally. And I guess now this is where this one is going, but it's a really good spot for it, because I'm gonna have all my flowers over here. Like, this is all gonna be my cut flowers, and this will be really pretty right here. And this gets kind of nice shade. Maybe I'll put a chair over here or something. But yeah, we wrapped her in a little blanket and put a rose in there with her, kind of in her hands or in her paws. And it was sweet but really sad, and they were crying. And S'mores, her sister, was right by our feet the whole time, and Dad said a few words, and then we planted the rose tree. So this is our maple rose tree. So it's very pretty, and I'm happy that this morning Aspen already came over to it and looked at it and brought the other cat over. And yeah, she was like, do you want to go see your sister? And it was really sweet. So good morning. What are you doing? Anyway, yeah, so I planted those. I will probably try to plant some peppers this evening. I'm not going to do any more because it's going to get hot today. It's going to be like 80 degrees again. And I'll try to plant flowers out tonight too after church. We'll see. Our church, we just became members and basically constituted a new church with our other church members last week, and it doesn't have its own church building, so we have church at 2 instead of in the morning now, which is interesting. So it's kind of nice for the morning's sake with kids and stuff, but it also is kind of just strange. But yeah, I have to plant all these babies out, and we have to build more beds and fill more dirt, but it's kind of seems like it's going quick now, and yeah, it's just awesome. I'm really excited about it. Okay, can you put her down? I'm trying to rush outside. I'm not crying. My eyes are dry and my contacts hurt. But I'm trying to rush outside because Josiah just put our baby chicks out on the pasture for the first time. And I missed it. I was trying to make breakfast and I missed it. So I'll show you what we have. We have our little baby chicks out here, and we'll see how they do. Oh, look at them. So cute. Oh, look at them. It's their first time out in the sunlight. They're probably going to have a shocking experience. Oh, look at them. Hi, chickies. Hey, chickies. Say hi, chicks. Gardner. Hey, Ivan said good morning to you. Hey, buddy. Good morning. Aww. You're so cute.
Mama.
You got an elephant.
Yeah.
This is our pull-it pin we bought from somebody on Facebook for like $100. It does the job, I think. Was it easy to pull?
Yeah.
I mean, off of the driveway, probably not, but...
It's called a pull-it pin, and I just pull it.
Yeah, pull-it pin. Pull it. And so it's got a little cage.
Some more chicks?
Yep.
Oh, are you guys just getting a few at a time?
Yeah,
And then it has like their little area where they can sleep and whatnot. Technically, I guess they could lay eggs in there, but we're not going to have them in there. We're going to slowly integrate. So we've got our chicks here. Eventually, we'll put their own electric net around them so they can get out. And they'll obviously get a lot bigger. So they need more room. But to sleep, they should be fine in there for the time being while we are acclimating them to these guys. And look, Papa Rooster, Chanticleer. This is like our alpha rooster. If you didn't know, Chanticleer, I think that's how you say it. Chanticleer in French means rooster. And I don't know if you've ever watched the movie like from the 1980s, Rock-a-Doodle, about the rooster who like has an identity crisis basically, and he can sing and he loses his singing ability and confidence and all that, but his name is Chanticleer. And the kid's named that Chanticleer, that rooster. So he's the papa. We had 4 total. Now we only have 3. But yeah, so he's probably like, what are these things doing? And these baby chicks are like, where are we? We've never seen the light of day. Hi, chicks. Hi, chickies. Are you confused? Are you all confused? All right, I'm taking a break from the fun. I'm gonna go cook. I'm making quiche. My mom's coming over for breakfast for Mother's Day. Oh, mouse, a dead mouse. My mom's coming over for Mother's Day, and we're gonna have breakfast, brunch, making asparagus, tomato, goat cheese, quiche, and then just like a ham and cheese one for the kids. And then my eyes, wow, swollen from crying last night probably. Gosh. And then we'll just hang out, and then we'll get ready for church. And it's gonna be a good Mother's Day. I'll show you kind of what I have for my quiche in a few minutes. Okay, I'm gonna sign off because we are eating. I finished breakfast. Everybody, just I had to go get coffee because we were out of coffee, but my mom is here and we're going to celebrate Mother's Day and be present with each other. But I'll show you the spread really quick and then show you our setup outside. Okay, so this is our asparagus, tomato, goat cheese. This is just ham and Gruyere, just some fruit for the kids. And then we have this bagel spread, bagel flight, cream cheese, guacamole, everything bagel, capers, cream cheese, and dill, honey butter with cinnamon, and smoked salmon. So, and here's everybody having their Mother's Day breakfast.
On my shirt.
Oh, let's lean over.
Here, let me see your hand.
All right, everyone, how's your food?
Delicious.
All right,
We're making it.
My quiche is excellent.
excellent. Olive, how's yours? Good. Okay. All right, everybody, say bye. Happy Mother's Day.
Bye. Happy Mother's Day. Bye. Happy Mother's Day.
Gardner, you want to say it?
Hi. Bye. Happy.
Okay. Happy birthday. Okay. Bye.
Where are you going?
That was fun. I'm gonna get my food. Anyway, happy Mother's Day. I hope you guys have a great day and celebrate your moms if they're with you or if they're not, and just the women around you. And we'll see you next time. Bye.